going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Leading voice in all things crypto, MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor. Michael, always nice to see you. Thanks for taking some time here. Have you been frustrated with the price action in Bitcoin so far this year?
Now, my time horizon is a decade or more. The answer to your question, by the way, as to what you do with your Bitcoin is you hodl your Bitcoin. We're hanging out. People buy Bitcoin because they want to buy an asset that they understand that might have value in 100 years. And the truth is there's no security trading on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange right now that you can understand 100 years from now. We got a long time horizon. And so, this is near term. There's a lot of risk off volatility, but I don't think that bothers any true Bitcoiner.
And we know.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have Michael Saylor, speaking of Bitcoin. He's here to hold for a decade. Guys, we know he's about to lose a lot of money. We know what the Fed has to do, and that's build the fourth industrial revolution. And that's why he keeps saying decade. MicroStrategy stock was about 1,300. Now it's down about 300. We know Morgan Stanley has their fingerprints all over MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, and the Bitcoin purchases. We know the big banks are getting money for free. So that means they can purchase Bitcoin free of charge. These big corporations getting free money because there is no interest rate. And then plus we have the central banks are destroying fiat on purpose. And we know the New World Order works off problem, reaction, solution. And we know that solution is programmable money. And guys, we have Facebook. Yes, Facebook DM is out. But guys, we know it's that perfect social platform the same way China has it set up. Social credit scores, social working, social shopping. And we know Facebook will have a stablecoin on its platform. We know the main United States stablecoins are USDC and Paxos for trading. Michael Saylor speaks a lot about cyberspace because he knows the robots, algorithms, and drones are going to take over the economy while the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Average, and if you could borrow money at 1% interest or 2 or 3% interest, and if you thought that assets were going to appreciate at a dramatically higher rate, then it makes total sense. I think we're in an inflationary environment. The Argentine peso has lost 93% of its value over 4 years. In Lebanon, they've lost 93% of their currency value almost overnight. In environments like that, it's almost criminal not to use leverage. You should borrow in the local currency, and then you should buy a stronger asset. In the United States, I think you can expect a 15% or more monetary inflation rate for the coming few years. So if you could borrow money at substantially less than 15%, then your arbitrage is clear and obvious. So yeah, we think it's a good idea if properly used. It all comes down to the terms and conditions. With all leverage, I mean, I would not recommend anybody go and go long Bitcoin 20-1 in a mark-to-market margin loan situation. You're going to get wiped out. But if you have the ability to mortgage your house for 30 years for 2.5% interest, and if you knew that the currency was going to lose 15% of its value a year, then by all means, you ought to buy a house with mortgage. And if you have a house that's unmortgaged, then drawing down a credit line against that real estate in order to invest in a tangible, scarce, desirable asset that's going to appreciate in value at a much higher rate is a rational business decision.
Michael, before we let you go, as someone that has used Bitcoin to diversify their business.
To be clear, I think the mistake was not getting into the crypto space. Meta pursued a DM project, and that wasted many, many years of their time. If they were to adopt and embed Bitcoin into their product, they could deliver a compelling offering to billions of people. And I think it'd be worth hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars to Meta. So the answer to Meta's problem on the revenue and the P&L side is embed Bitcoin and Lightning into their product line. And the answer to the problem of how do you make cyberspace more secure and improve the quality of your products is to embed Bitcoin and Lightning into your product line. You know, I have 10,000 Instagram bots in my DM, and they're not real people. They attack me. You know, you can't really trust anyone that communicates with you in cyberspace. You can't trust scammers coming at you in WhatsApp. Every day I have dozens of WhatsApp bots attacking me. So if you want to clean up WhatsApp, if you want to clean up Instagram, if you want to make Facebook, and for that matter, YouTube and Twitter safe for children and safe for the world, you ought to wrap those personas in a layer of digital energy, and that would be Bitcoin on Lightning. And, you know, Meta's solution is, Jack Dorsey pointed this out. He said, if Bitcoin had existed when Twitter was founded, they wouldn't be so reliant upon advertising, and you wouldn't have this surveillance capitalism problem. Meta's solution is to go from a pure ad model to a value creation model where they become a bank in cyberspace. There's no reason why they couldn't accumulate $1 to $10 trillion of assets on their cloud platform if they built Bitcoin and Lightning into their product line. So I think that's the solution to the problem. They have not embraced Bitcoin. That's the problem.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team Save the Village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team Save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.